Boom, over the top, catches him, drops him. And it almost seems like Johnny Walker was kind of doing one of his theatrics that he tends to do. Jamahal Hill's counter ability is freaking dangerous. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Fight Feedback. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C. And on today's episode of Fight Feedback, I am going to be breaking down, that's right, Jamahal Hill. Is he the best light heavyweight in the world? Because the last time I remember, he never lost his damn belt. I'm here to analyze his strengths, his weaknesses, opportunities, and obviously, the threats. He's going up against Alex Pereira coming up in a couple weeks. How is it that Jamahal Hill could potentially get this done? And this video is brought to you by the one and only Lifted Trucks. You may be a short king, you may be 5'4", twisted, still sexy, but guess what, guys? On the street, I'm about 12 feet damn tall. So whenever you guys want to get a lift, you guys make sure to go to liftedtrucks.com and get your lift on. So here we have it, guys. Jamahal Hill at this time versus Paul Craig from the land of William Wallace. You know, and this is one fight, guys, that I did kind of want to bring up, but just to kind of show more, because this is the only fight that Jamahal Hill did lose in, but the spirit and the heart of when he got his arm broken is absolutely just, it says a lot about a guy like Jamahal Hill. Let's hit the play button. Yeah, this was early in his career. How far back was this fight, Joe? Yeah,
5 fights ago.
Yeah, 5 fights ago. And this obviously Jamahal Hill just ended up in this position. Man, I tell you what, something about Paul Craig, man. He would not let this damn arm go. He would not let it go. He would not let it go. And again, guys, this fight's taking place 5 fights ago. You know, you almost figured that a guy like Jamahal Hill would want to get to his feet right away, especially kind of struggling and pulling out and doing things of that nature. But boom, it almost seems like there was a tap there. But he continued scrapping. He continued scrapping. Yeah, dude, that thing was locked. I mean, there's oh, beautiful, nice. Should have probably just came to the side there and then boom. I mean, there's not much. God, talk about taking some damn hits. But then I want you guys to see Jamahal Hill's arm before the referee stops it. I mean, look at that thing. Look at that thing. I mean, the dude necessarily, he never tapped. He never tapped, and I'll give him kudos to that. Bah, the thing's already bent. He's bending that damn thing. And Jamahal Hill's, oof. And there was the cranking. That cranking look. I don't know if he was trying to tap or if he was trying to defend. But either way, I mean, talk about taking it like a soldier. Oh, man. Jamahal Hill now versus Jimmy, is it Crute? Crute? Yeah, you know, at this time they're both kind of the same, but you know what? Something that comes to mind. Look at his reach, man. 6'4" with 79-inch reach advantage. I want to say that John Jones is like 84. Is that what it is? Yeah, John Jones is fucked for a light heavyweight. Absolutely crazy. Let's hit the play button. Boom. I don't know if you guys noticed that hook. That hook, when he threw that hook, the hook was super long. Yeah, and this is one thing that I will see. Boom, right there. That's the hook, man. That's the hook that's super long that you don't see coming, but because of his reach and that perfect timing, he's able to catch people. Bah! You see what I'm saying? There it goes again. And then this time it became a lot shorter. Boom! So he's able to kind of diversify a little bit. Bah! So he's able to diversify a little bit of his hooks. He'll either go long with it or he'll go short with it. Was he right-handed or left-handed in this fight?
Left-handed.
Yeah.
With the right check hook.
Yeah, so he was left, went straight. He's a lefty typically. Typically Jamahal Hill is a lefty. Bah, and then came up with that short hook. In other words, he's throwing that hook from boom, from the distance that you should throw it, and he's also throwing it from way further out to eventually get the knockout. Yeah, and then here we have it against, God, this is crazy to me, the fact that The fact that Johnny Walker is literally 6'6", dude. Like, that's a big dude, man. 82, he had the reach advantage too against him. I mean, a year younger. Let's hit the play button. Yeah. Johnny Walker likes to play around a little bit too much. But against a guy like that, against a guy with straight punches, he's dangerous. Like, he's stalking him. Bah! Catches his straight punches. Jamahal Hill's straight punches are dangerous. Stalking him once again. Yeah, throwing those rights. It's almost like Johnny Walker has problems. He has problems with going backwards. Boom. But you guys see that kind of right? Look. It went over that jab. Boom. To eventually for him to throw that right hand. I mean, talk about timing. Talk about timing when he's at you. It almost seems like Johnny Walker was kind of like, you know how he jokes around like he does like a lot of these different things. Boom, over the top, catches him, drops him. And it almost seems like Johnny Walker was kind of doing one of his theatrics that he tends to do. But Jamahal Hill's counter ability is freaking dangerous. It really is, man, because he anticipated that jab. You know what? I'm gonna cut into your distance to where I'm gonna pull that jab off of you, whether he knows it or not. That's what he did. And next you know it, that head went offline. Whoop, as that right hand eventually ended up catching Johnny Walker. Yep. And then here we have him against Thiago Santos, man. Thiago Santos, great striking. We saw what he was able to do against a guy like John Jones. I mean, he's gone up against the elite of the elite. You know, it was Jamahal at this time was 31 years young. You know, the reach advantage goes to him against a veteran and number 6 at that time, Thiago Santos. Let's hit the play button. It's almost like Jamahal Hill does have the balls to stalk a dude like that has power in his hands. It's almost like Jamahal Hill, he's a pressure fighter. He's a pressure fighter. And then look, Thiago Santos didn't want any part of that. Was able to take him down, but what happened with Jamahal Hill? He was able to get up. Boom, takes him down. I mean, and then that's what makes guys like that very dangerous, is the fact that when they defend you, Israel Adesanya does a really good job. They'll come back and actually press you. They'll call you on your bluffs. Like, hey, do it again, try it again. You don't intimidate me. Beautiful counter again. Beautiful counter right there off that jab. Boom. Bah. No, I'm sorry, it was off of his right hand. The jab was too slow. Up against the cage, he needs to use that cage a little bit better. Get your back against the cage. Stay on the cage. You know, this is an area where he doesn't have to worry about with a guy like Alex Pereira, but he gets to his feet, and I can appreciate that. Again, countering that lead hand. Yep, countering that lead hand, it's just going. He's a southpaw that likes to take the distance and then go. Yep. Stalked him all the way through too. Stalked him all the way through, and then just talk about diversifying. Boom, knee. Talk about diversifying his punches. But he'll also stay in that fight a little bit too much. One check hook by Alex Pereira, and that's just not good. To eventually jump on a guy like Thiago Santos and then just start raining punches down. You know how hard it is to finish a guy like that? Thiago Santos has put on some boring fights, and he's put on a lot of boring fights. But when it's said and done, dude, the dude is freaking hard to finish. And this guy right here, Jamahal Hill, goes on top of him and literally starts raining punches. Jiu-jitsu what? I'm gonna take away all that. I'm gonna take away that black belt. And I'm gonna use my elbows, fists, knees, and everything that I can to be able to get the finish. Yep, and then here we have it against Glover Teixeira. A 2-inch reach advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage for Jamahal Hill. This is the last fight. I want to say this fight was maybe about 2 years ago. Maybe 1 year ago. Yeah, about a year ago. Because obviously, you know, this man's been hurt. So he relinquished the belt. You know, he allowed Yuri to become champion. And then he ended up, and now he's fighting Alex Pereira. in April, second week of April. Interesting. Just hit the play button. And he fought him in. Did they fight in Rio? Yeah. Yeah, and talk about defense. Knowing that Glover's gonna go over there, like he stayed high, he challenged Glover. Boom. Look at the diversity of the knees that he's throwing. That's the stuff that gets people not wanting to come in no more and do takedown entries. Boom, uppercuts down the middle. This is where I was just like, man, there's a dog in Jamahal Hill. You know, defended him, was able to find his balance. Was able to find that balance, but I will say this, Glover Teixeira but now, like he's almost switching, he's going right-handed against Glover, he's going lefty and righty. Yeah, because right now he's righty. He's right-handed when he typically fights everybody lefty. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like, who is it that Alex Pereira is more likely going to get? Oof, beautiful uppercut. That uppercut is beautiful. Bah, catches him with that kick, rattles him, and then throws it again. He's like, I hurt you once, boom, let me go again, and hurts him again. And this time rattles him. Yep, just straight punches down the middle. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, man, Jamahal Hill does a really good job of countering that jab, dude, that lead hand. Boom, boom. Yeah. I mean, well, Alex Pereira will be able to have that in his back pocket. I mean, Glover's been one of the best to ever do it with the takedowns. Yeah, able to stalk Glover. This is all around. Like what I like about Jamahal Hill is he won't play that jiu-jitsu game. Like his deal is not to submit you. Jamahal Hills wants to hurt you whenever it is that he's on top. And I actually like that better because it's a higher probability. You see that pull back, right hand. I'm sorry, lead. Yeah, right hand. Because he's southpaw. He does a really good job of throwing up top here and then eventually finding that body. He'll stay on you. This is where he does want to be careful, is really finding inside of that pocket. When you're going straight with those loopy punches in that position could really catch you, man. And that's one thing that I will say about Pereira, is he will rock, lean, create space, and then eventually throw that hook. Jamahal Hill's throwing fire, dude. I mean, he's making it a scrappy fight. And this is partially how is it that you want to fight against a guy like Alex Pereira. You want to make it dirty. You want to throw things down the middle. Yeah. Beautiful shot by Glover. Yeah, did you guys catch that trip too? I mean, this is in the 5th round because Glover, yeah, but then he scrambled. He scrambled, ends up on top. He's like, you know what? Let me get my licks in. You know. But it was Jamahal Hill's straight punches and his pressure, and the fact that he played both southpaw and right-handed, where he was able to get the victory, because Jamahal Hill did an amazing job with it. He did an amazing job of really, you know, pushing the pace with his opponents. It is a little scary if he does fight a guy like Alex Pereira and he starts kind of like, you almost want to kind of make it dirty, but you want to mix it with a little bit of takedowns, dude. Because we also have to respect that check hook that Alex Pereira has. That's freaking lethal. But the key is to pressure a guy like Alex Pereira, because with Alex Pereira, you got those kicks coming. And the more you take away that leg kick, you know, the more you just only have to worry about that left hook. And that's it. Yeah, he will throw things up the middle, but it's been a minute since we've seen Alex Pereira go in there with, you know, flying knees and things of that nature. But I just feel like Jamahal Hill, if he can bring that fight, create that fight, take the center, take the space, and do it early, because Alex Pereira in the beginning, he does get hurt. He's somewhat of a slow starter, if you want to say that. Take your chances quick. You know, I wouldn't play the striking game with them too. If there's opportunity where you can take this dude down and then do some of that damage up top, maybe not necessarily go for submissions, but really hurt him, make him fatigue him through the grappling, and then let him up, and then allow your straight punches to come in, I could see like a guy like Jamahal Hill that could become victorious. But if he decides to fight and just scrap and brawl with this guy with a lot of how he stays in the pocket, it just takes one left hook by Pereira. You know, and I think the most important thing too is we can't forget is Alex Pereira's leg kicks. You know, thank God he's a little bit of, he's southpaw, so I know Alex Pereira's probably used to fighting guys that are more right-handed, but that being said, Alex Pereira kicks to both. And this is why Israel Adesanya kept switching. He kept switching, he was finding it, because boom, he would go southpaw, he would kick that leg. He would go orthodox, and he would really hurt him in that situation. So again, guys, that's my breakdown at Fight Feedback. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, and you guys just watched an episode of Jamahal Hill. And this episode was brought to you by the one and only Lifted Truck. She may be 5'4", of twisted, still and sexy, but guess what, guys? On the street in my lifted trucks, I'm about 12 feet damn tall. So if you guys are a short king and you guys need a lift, you guys make sure to go to liftedtrucks.com and get your lift on. Till next time, I'm out.